Good morning, everyone. This is James, the local Viking, and in today's video, we're going to go over Google Maps citations, better known as the Google My Maps, and what's commonly known today as SEO Crop Circles. Now, what is Google Maps citations? They essentially are a ton of directions made around the area pointing at your business. So each pin here represents a starting point for the directions, and in the center point is the business. As you can see, it kind of does look like a crop circle, and that's kind of how it got its name. Now, years ago, this was a pretty strong ranking factor. It did affect your ranks, but nowadays it's almost zero ranking factor at all. Most of the Google My Maps were de-indexed, virtually all of them. And putting the time and effort into making these, so local SEO comes down to a list of priorities. If you had literally nothing left to do, then sure, it doesn't hurt to drop the $20 to pay the guy on Fiverr to make this, because the worst thing that happens is it doesn't rank, right? But most of the time, you're gonna have a priority that's higher than this to put that $20 in your energy towards. $20 can get you 10 citations on Bright Local. $20 can get you 5 niche-specific citations on WhiteSpark. And you might be saying, oh, well, what's 10 citations versus 8,000 directions? Well, don't get fooled by the actual number. You can have 10,000, you can have 100,000 signals that do nothing. It's still 100,000 signals that do nothing, no matter how much you pay, no matter how much you have. Google definitely looks for high relevancy, citations and just links in general that have relevant content behind it and not just webs of spam. I mean, at this point in time, making 8,000 directions like this is in the realm of spam. And the fact that the people on Fiverr are selling this for only $20, you have to ask yourself, if it's only $20, no one's really doing it. Why isn't it worth more if it's actually a ranking factor? Something like this, if it worked, would probably be worth a few $100. But the fact of the matter is, Google went ahead and de-indexed a lot of this, and people are playing off the lack of knowledge that people might think it's still a ranking factor when it's really, there's no proof. Now, with that being said, the world of local SEO is ever changing. It's a very dynamic, and something that did work before, doesn't work now, could still work tomorrow. So if you have data proving that this does work, like verifiable data, not just someone saying it works, leave it in the comments below, and I'm very willing to say that I'm wrong and hey, this is a strong ranking factor. But I've personally yet to see any proof that this is a ranking factor. So that concludes our video. Basically, if you have nothing left to do in the local SEO world, then making these Google My Maps is not going to hurt you. But I would definitely say that the time and energy and the money putting behind making these Google My Maps could definitely be spent elsewhere. On-site optimization, optimizing your Google My Business listing, making citations with, say, Yext, or not Yext, with Yelp and Apple Maps. Those are much higher on the priority list than making a Google My Map. And that concludes our video. Stay tuned for the next video. Take care. Bye.